are all alone.
In the dust-choked annals of the pre-atomic age, where West Tech did not merely build but asserted its will in steel, power armor rose not as protection but as declaration, a monument to excess, an argument hammered into metal. Plates taller than a man, joints like the clenched jaw of some mechanical beast, mass so immense it does not simply weigh upon the wearer but judge them. 800 pounds, perhaps more. Perhaps a full ton, a walking proof that progress never asks whether the ground beneath it will hold, only assumes that it must. Each step lands like a verdict, not a sound but a tremor, as though the earth itself is forced to remember that what walks here is no longer human, but an idea made heavy, an ambition given legs, and somewhere inside that shell, braced and locked like a thought trapped in a vice, it's the soldier who believed a T-51 to be the summit of defense, only to learn that perfection feels a lot like imprisonment. The gyroscopes and shock dampeners do not grant balance, but merely delay disaster, negotiating endlessly with gravity. So the body inside is not pulped into silence the moment it falls, because the armor seduces. It whispers of godhood, fed by a microfusion heart pulsing 60,000 watts of promise. Hydraulics standing in for muscle, hands that lift miniguns like quills, fists that reduce death claws to footnotes. A Gatling laser that edits history one burning line at a time. And yet how bitter that power tastes when it turns on itself, when corridors grow narrow, when the hastily born T-60 forged from panic and production quotas transforms its pilot into a giant who no longer fits the world. Ripping doors from frames, collapsing ceilings, wedging helplessly into the ribs of evolved wild ghouls laugh. Not from joy, but from certainty. Imagine this colossus, cast from reinforced alloys and misplaced confidence, stepping into the waters of the Commonwealth, the helmet still filtering air, yes, for a while, until decades of neglect betray the seals and the armor becomes what it always wanted to be, a coffin. It fills slowly, inexorably, with the weight of its own failure, bubbles rising like confessions, like the final thoughts of those who tested and died at Fort Strong. Names dissolved into rust in the fusion cores, those caged suns, those trembling hearts that fall out for reduced to cruel sad. You're burning out in minutes when you sprint, screaming under jet-assisted flight, leaking radiation like reopened wounds, detonating under fire and cooking the wearer from the inside. Not instantly, but long enough to understand. An inheritance from the enclave, where advanced power armor MK2 was not designed so much as survived, refined through accidents, through bodies, through silence. Now when in the wasteland and brotherhood frames, where a single clean shot to the core turns a night into dead weight, alive yet already abandoned, dragging themselves forward like a ghoul remembering legs it no longer has. The true elegance, though, lies in the failures. The X, Owen, lighter, faster, unstable, a dancer without balance. Its landings crushing bodies because stabilizers were treated as optional. The T-45, so brutally crude, it snapped bones, twisted spines, collapsed lungs. 44 models who race not by explosion but by paperwork. Proctor Ingram, whose legs were the price of 100-foot fall cliff. Men anew, gravity finishing what the blast began. Now wearing the T-60, not as armor but as crutches, a moving monument to the truth that survival was sometimes just another shape of mutilation. In Anchorage, where winterized T-50 warm suits ground snow and blood into the same frozen paste. In riots on the home front, where T-60s beat dissent flat until reactors overheated and Victor stood glowing inside their own tombs. In swamps where a super mutant cracked a helmet and reshaped the human beneath into something that no longer needed a name. Everywhere the same, promise weights, double tongue polish, crushingly heavy invincibility for a moment, damnation for the rest. A relic from an era when humanity believed it could play God, and instead learned only how to gild its own coffin, plate by plate, bolt by bolt, until the armor wins not on the battlefield, but by laughing softly over the piled corpses of those who built it.